go!
What's up guys, Phil here today with another video, and today I would like to talk about the Xbox Series. So in this video I'll just talk about the specs, the direction that Xbox decided to go to with their two different consoles, and what does Xbox have to offer this generation. So as you know, both of the Xbox Series consoles are far more capable and powerful than the current generation Xbox One S and the Xbox One X, where both of them can play at 60 FPS. So I'm just gonna go over the specs of each console and just explain some of the differentiating factors, since they are quite marginally different. So first off, I'm gonna start off with the Xbox Series X. So the Xbox Series X has an 8-core CPU at 3.8 GHz, 3.6 GHz with simultaneous multi-threading, and the GPU is a 12 teraflop GPU with 52 compute cores at 1.8 GHz. And in terms of memory, it has 16 GB of RAM. So now it's up to moderate gaming PC territory, well, a very good, decent gaming PC. In terms of storage, it's got a 1TB NVMe SSD, which will be very beneficial and very crucial for this generation of consoles. Now on the Xbox Series S side, the Xbox Series S also as well does have an 8-core CPU, but it's clocked at 3.6 GHz and 3.4 GHz with simultaneous multi-threading on. And on the GPU side, it is a 4 teraflop GPU at 1.5 GHz or 1500 MHz, depending on which metric you want to use. In terms of RAM has been cut down from 16 GB of RAM to 10 GB of GDDR6 RAM. In terms of storage is also cut down from 1 TB to 512 gigs. Now, the differentiating factor between these two consoles is the resolution that they play at. The Xbox Series X was designed to target 100 or 60 frames per second at 4K, whereas the Series S is designed to target 1440p or 1080p at 120 FPS or 60 FPS. That is the main difference between these two. So that is why the Xbox Series S has, I would like to say, slightly less power than the Xbox Series X on paper. On paper, it's got a lot less power, but in actual practice, it is not that much of a difference. That's why the Xbox Series S comes with less storage, 512 gigs on the Series S versus 1 TB on the Xbox Series X. This is because since games on the Xbox Series S are playing at 1440p, they do not need a lot of storage, since the game sizes will be much smaller than those on the Xbox Series X. Now, the SSD in both of these consoles is very important because the SSD allows them to basically generate larger worlds. These SSDs have got super fast transfer speeds, super fast data speeds, so they'll be able to generate the worlds much more quicker and faster, so you can get on to playing it, and loading screens will be much quicker, to the point where they might be non-existent. And loading screens, when you press a game, you do not have to go and probably make coffee by the time your game is only halfway. So that is also a big plus side on these new consoles. Now, on the point of the difference is basically between the Series S and the Series X is the resolution that they are targeting. Besides that, they're the same console. And also the Xbox Series S does not have a disk drive. Now, in terms of what Microsoft was aiming, or what their plan was when making these two different consoles, the Series S and the Series X. So basically, they have split it in two consoles for two sides of the market. There is the $500 baller, top of the end, most powerful gaming console of this generation at $500. That is for the top end. That is if you have a 4K TV, everything you want to experience games at their finest. Whereas the Xbox Series S, on the other hand, is just a more budget-friendly option for the person who cannot afford the $500 baller console. Now, the next thing that I wanted to discuss was the Bethesda acquisition. The thing with consoles is, what do they offer? you go to PlayStation, PlayStation offers exclusives. Some of the best exclusives that you're gonna play. Things such as The Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, the Uncharted series, stuff like Spider-Man. They have the exclusives to back their console up. Now, what does Xbox have? Xbox's exclusives have been pretty weak and lackluster. All they have is Forza, Gears of War, but what do they have to offer? And now, this generation, what they have to offer is something called Xbox Game Pass. Now, how does the Bethesda or the ZeniMax acquisition play into this? Now, due to Microsoft owning ZeniMax, they have acquired Bethesda. And along with Bethesda, they have acquired games such as Fallout and Elder Scrolls. And along with the acquisition of ZeniMax, they acquired the studios that make Ghostwire Tokyo and Deathloop, which are PlayStation 5 exclusives. Now, the main idea behind them purchasing ZeniMax Media and acquiring all the rights to all those games is to obviously put them on Xbox Game Pass. So one of the things is that they want to expand the Xbox Game Pass library, or this is a smart plan for them to buy heavyweight game studios for them to make Xbox Series exclusives. If you get Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, that costs about 1,800 Rand a year. For that price, you are getting a library of 100 plus good games that you can download and play at any time. Because think about, let's say Red Dead Redemption 2 came out this year, and Call of Duty comes out this year, FIFA comes out this year, The Witcher came out this year. That is 4,000 Rand that I will spend going to buy all of these games to play, where if I have an Xbox Game Pass subscription, 1,800 Rand a year to play all the games that I want, even the new games, the latest games that come out. The Netflix of gaming. And it does not matter if you do not have an Xbox, because it will still work on PC as well. So basically, in a way, Microsoft is saying, we don't need exclusives, we got this service. Whether or not you own an Xbox, PC people, we got you. We're still making money, which is quite a interesting strategy from Xbox. So it begs the question, do you want to go to PlayStation for the exclusive games, or do you want to come to Xbox for the expansive game library that they have? The games on tap, the games that if you have Xbox Game Pass, you can just download at the click of a button, probably wait a few hours of course, and then play them right there. That is what Xbox has to offer this generation. What Xbox has done is that they've built an expansive game library that you have at your fingertips, the ability to play hundreds of games at a low price for a subscription fee. And if you don't feel like paying that subscription, just don't pay it. You got the game. I mean, if you're paying like 100 or 200 Rand a month for a game that will cost you 1,000 Rand, and you finish it in like a week, hey, you win. So that is my take on the Xbox Series, the ZeniMax acquisition, and Game Pass and what Xbox has to offer this generation. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and if you did, leave a like down below. It will be well appreciated. And if you like the content and the videos that I make, subscribe. That'll also be well appreciated. But thank you all for watching the video, and thank you all for making it to the end.